podium in 300 Supersport Racing, defending champion Hunter Charlotte outside of him on row. And number one, we've got Diego Petrucci and Deegan Cruz there. And then we've got the best of the rest coming at Megan Kemp and Ryder Chamberlain, more of our top qualifiers in our Supersport 150 paddock. Then you've got the Ctas lining up in behind. We've got Nixon Frost there. A good qualifying result from Nixon, 3 out of 3 last weekend. So he'll be ready to pick up where he left off as far as the Ctas Cup 150 racing goes, but it's going to be the Supersport 150 guys that are going to be heading up at the top end of the start. One big start, 2 big classes, ready to go. The final race of the day, 6-lap thriller here for our Supersport 150. Great start from Hayden Fordyce, fresh off his hot pace in Supersport 300 racing. He will lead into turn 1. Hunter Charlotte's done a few laps around here though. He'll want to try and upset the party. And a bit of disappointment for Hunter in the New Zealand Grand Prix race last weekend, so he'll be ready to go and hopefully he can make amends and get some more of those quality championship points. Good start from Diego Petrucci. He's there in 3rd place. Deegan Cruz hanging on into that back of that front trio. You got Ryder Chamberlain, the best haircut in the NZSBK paddock. He's in 5th place. Megan Kemp's got a good start as well. So that's your top 6. That's your Supersport 150. Then you go back to Nixon, who's ahead of Eva, and also we've got all the rest of our Ctas 150 competitors in there. So 3 Ctas 150s. We've also got 3 Supersport 150 competitors. And Neil, the future of the sport, in very, very good hands with these dynamic youngsters going at it.
I tell you what, yeah, we might have had a great part of our sport with the Ctas a few years ago, and they lost a little bit of momentum when the Supersport 150 came along, because Yamaha did make a faster bike, and that's nothing against Suzuki, far from it. The Ctas got its real place, Toledo. If you can put a bike on the racetrack for $3,500 Toledo, you've got a real place to play with our Ctas. So the numbers had dropped off, but I tell you what, it's taken nothing away from the quality aspect and the sort of riders we've got out here. If you remember the name Sloane Frost, or as we knew him in the moto circles, Chopper, or now son Nixon, who does, Chopper didn't want to force his boy into road racing, but started out in a go-karting background, or kart sport as we know it called in New Zealand, and he's had a good term along the way in there, but once the opportunity came to go road racing, he's just stepped up to it big time and done extremely well. He's been part of the OJC, our Oceania Junior Cup, and went for a number of trips to Australia last year to compete over there against the best from Australia as well. So his racing is only on the way up, and he, as far as a Ctas rider is concerned, is blitzing those other boys. But I tell you what, OJC competitors out there with Hayden, and look at that, who was the best of the Kiwis overall, by the way. But to young Hunter, by jeepers, talk about some talent that's oozing out there, because he was super dynamic with what he achieved there last weekend. Did it in fine style with 2 out of 3 to still end up as number 1, I think, in the paddock at the end of the day. And here we are now getting the front running position out there. So Supersport 150, think of 150cc, think of your average lawnmower at around 160cc, so it's got more to offer. And remembering, we do control these bikes. It's not as if get a hold of it and then let's soup it up to how we can. No, we can't, and we also put on the correct tyres on these as well. No tyre warmers involved, so therefore you don't get a performance boost from having tyres that will adhere to the ground quicker than those that are non-heat treated. So there we go, very affordable race package to put out there on the track. And here we go with the big battles on there at the moment, and looking out for the change. Is going on, Brad, a change, I think, is it? Yeah, so back-to-back laps in a row, we've had the pass made into the John Jones Steel left-hander, so these guys really know the importance of that slipstream. So it's going to be one of those classic cases of you do not want to be in the front when the white flag comes out, because statistics and history will show that the slipstream and the power comes from deep down in 2nd place here. Hunter Charlotte's going to pull up alongside his good mate Hayden Fordyce. We have some kind of racing going on here. The front two are inseparable. We've got Diego Petrucci on the Moto Academy race team right there in 3rd place. Good showing from Diego. We've got Deegan Cruz at top 4 result on the cards for Deegan, but he's got Ryder Chamberlain coming in behind as well, so a bit of excitement. So Ryder's got the move done into the John Jones Steel left-hander, so look at that. Good little battle there. We've got a good battle at the front. We've got Nixon Frost, Megan Kemp, Sebastian Mitchell. So a couple of different classes, but there's 3 of them going into John Jones Steel at the moment, almost inseparable. And we've got the dynamic young Eva Wintle out there, our 9th place in the race, but that'll be the 3rd Ctas home. So look at Hunter Charlotte. He's got a decent buffer. We've lost Hayden Fordyce there, Neil. We've lost our race leader in dramatic fashion. Man, can we have any more drama here today, Neil? Oh, there you go. In fact, we're just going to look out and see, hey, there's only one in this group at the moment. Didn't see what happened to the other, so gone out of our picture. Not quite sure. Was that mechanical? Was it rider? We missed it. Hopefully somebody's caught it out there. But anyway, it's Hunter now to get the benefit. So Hunter going for it now. Hayden, oh, I tell you what, could that dream have continued here today? We were certainly hoping so, but now he's, oh, he is there. He is there. Oh, well, that's good news. He's made a recovery. Well, I wonder what it caused that. So, in fact, he's still no worse than third. No worse than third. So maybe it was a catch-up. We didn't see a cloud of dust. We didn't see any drama on the camera to see him off the screen, off the track, but he's dropped back a whole placing in a significant margin. In fact, he's now gone back to 12 seconds off the pace that he was setting. That's significant in this game. So Hunter now jumps to the lead. Diego now for a second. Hayden, that man, for the third. They got the third in the 300s. Go to Deegan out there and Ryder Nixon up there as the Jixer leader, along with Megan, Sebastian, Eva, and Kieran. So Kieran Meir, but we didn't get Kieran start the qualifier, did we, Brad? What happened there?
No, so we've got a non-start from Kieran Meir, so non-qualifying and a non-start, so hopefully everything okay there with Kieran, but no, not the campaign he's looking for. He was right-handy to the pace in the overall points glory, and a non-start here this weekend, so plenty of drama all throughout the paddock, but none more so than here in the Supersport 150 excitement. So when we come through this race here, we've got Hunter Charlotte. He is going to tick off lap number 4, 2 to go for the defending Supersport 150 champion. Diego Petrucci has almost inherited second place there at the moment. And then we've got this one here, Hayden Fordyce, desperate to try and get some extra pace here, and he'll come through in third place in a 120.4, so have a look at that. We're 1/10 of a second off lap record pace, and these guys don't get tyre warmers, so this pace will only be getting hotter and hotter. Look out, lap records, they are in big trouble here, Neil. We'll get a bit of excitement, although our front trio have sort of drifted apart a little bit. We've still got plenty to talk about.
Well, I'll tell you what, you talk about a lot going on. There's little going on for young Ryder, because he is such a little guy as well. People are holding the bike while he gets onto the bike, and they're just keeping him balanced while he gets moving him. When he gets out on the start, he can't get the best of starts, because he's literally got to cock his leg and put his thigh on the seat to hold the bike up, and then launch it to get out there, and then quickly shift his butt and get on the seat. So it's just sensational to see. And these are still already nice small 150cc bikes. They're made for the slight, but I tell you what, he's even slighter. So bring it on with some of these new young guns. Great to see. But it is Hunter, Diego and Hayden holding on to at the moment. Hayden's dropped back from the third, inherited. Still has the best time out there at a 120.420. So it's a pretty smart kind of a time for the number 31. And with just coming up the fraction over a lap and a bit to go, he's doing the work. There it is, the Hunter Charlotte show in town, knocking him out there. Courtesy of Mega Motorcycle and Motor Mechanics, as we see them going for it. And then looking out for Diego in that second place at 4.9 behind. And then watching Hayden now, who's just pulled away from young Deegan a little bit there at the moment. And he's now only 11 seconds in arrears. So he's actually had a little bit more on that one than we saw before, because he was 12 seconds back. So he's actually cut some of the time back on the lead. But hey, the work's done for Hayden. Sorry, my apologies for Hunter. It's pretty much a cruise from here. Diego to hold on to his place as well. And then we go back to Hayden, who's just pulled out a little bit on Deegan ahead of Ryder to hold those top 5 around. Going to Nixon in that Jixer 150 when he's still got 2 of the Super Sports behind him. I think that is sensational, because that is certainly the lesser powered bike on the TSS Motorcycle Suzuki New Zealand supported Jixer. Gets the name Jixer, it's called the Jixer, that's what's on the bike. GIXXER, effectively part of the GSX family, but it's a tiny little 150, so they call it the Jixer. A great catchphrase for a great bike from a great company. Suzuki's still supporting the development of our young riders like Nixon Frost.
All right, here we go, starting to get pretty exciting. He won the Super Saturday sprint race last weekend, but he has obliterated the field this time around into the bus stop for the final time. The checkered flag will wave. The defending champion gets his campaign back on track. A great win from Hunter Charlotte. That's going to feel very, very good. Coming home in second on the Moto Academy team, Diego Petrucci continues his good run of form. And here is the man who was really in contention to the midway stage, but Hayden Fordyce, he's going to come home there in third place and does not improve his lap time. So a 120.42, just 1/10 of a second off lap record pace. Here's that exciting 4th and 5th battle. Deegan's going to hang on to it. And it's going to feel good for the TR20 team. A good top 4 result there from Deegs ahead of Ryder Chamberlain. So great top 5 there, our Supersport 150. Then we look out for Nixon. Nixon's going to come home. He'll be the first of our Jixers doing a wonderful job back-to-back wins last week. So he's going to extend his winning streak. That's going to be 4 wins on the trot for Nixon Frost. He is a real factor in this championship. Megan Kemp's going to come home for a top 6 result in Supersport 150. And then a second place for Sebastian, all the way here from the Hawke's Bay. Wonderful top 2 result there for Sebastian. And then we look out to Eva coming through the McKissick curve at the moment. So she will be our 9th and final runner out on the track, and that will be our 3rd Jixer to round out a spectacular podium. And we just saw Spike and Bert on that Mobility Wire Wrapper Penrite race team get a wonderful couple of trips to the podium. And now Eva's going to not miss out on the fun either. So well done to our teams there. Win for Hunter Charlotte, back on track in his defence of the Supersport 150 title. Diego Petrucci and Hayden Fordyce will be there with him to round out the podium. And our Jixer podium will be Nixon Frost, Sebastian and Eva. So fabulous stuff, the final race of our day. Thank you so much for joining us. If you've been here at the track, thank you very much. If you've joined us on Ctas, it's been an absolute pleasure. And we'll cross down to Neil, who'll wrap up the dynamic young podiums here. So Supersport 150 and the Jixer 150s, 2 podiums to wrap up here. We'll cross over to Neil, and then we will be wrapping it up for the day, ready to go tomorrow. The big feature-length programs. Can't wait for that one. Round 4 of our PTS Logistics NZSBK.
Just as those kids are getting, I'm just leg tripping, Sir Kev here at the moment. Kevin, you look at the 3 that we got here, you look at the size of them, look at the bikes, their presentation, the whole thing part of NZSBK. Does that put a smile on Kev Goddard's face?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, seeing the juniors in this class, you know, it's great. I mean, I just wish there was 20 of them. You know, it's awesome to see. And, you know, Hayden and Hunter in particular, you know, waving the flag over at the OJC in Australia, and then coming here and showing the boys, and Diego's doing a good job, keeping them honest as well, so it's great.
Yeah, thank you, Dennis, thank you. Good words, exactly. We wanted to start that way. First of all, Hayden, right on, I'll just get my handkerchief out here. Sorry, mate, what happened out there?
Just a bit unlucky, ran wide at turn 5 and wasn't able to slow down enough to rejoin back to the track. But yeah, lost a couple of seconds. I tried as hard as I could to catch up to these guys, but just couldn't.
Hey, it's never a perfect day, and it proves you went so well in the 300s to slip back in this, but in doing both 300s and 150, is that doing both classes helping you riding?
Yeah, jumping from the 300 to the 150, it's such a different level of speed from one to another. You can learn so much on the 150 from the 300.
Nice words. Exactly what, in fact, we heard from in those years. Yes, thank you to the crowd here. Well done. Well, Diego, all of a sudden, mate, he was gone. He only one to catch, couldn't quite get there, but you were a little lonely, were you, back there in second?
Yeah, it was. I was just enjoying the weather, you know, having a good time.
All right, indeed. How's levels today?
Oh, really nice. Could really push the bike, nice and warm.
What about from a home track point of view? You're just up the road in Canterbury. Do you get down here a little bit during the year?
Oh, not very often, but yeah, I've ridden here before.
As far as the small bike's concerned, is this better than Ruapuna?
My honest opinion, no, rather, I like Ruapuna better.
Right, good man, nice answer, well done, well done. All right, so here it is, folks. The Hunter Charlotte Show comes back to give us a good one. He's got his bottle of water here at the moment, and Hunter, it's never easy, mate. You've got to work for it out there.
Oh yeah, like it's quite hard versing Hayden. Like he's aggressive and he's fast.
Yeah, exactly, and he's learnt that from OJC, just where you went. Is that it? You reckon this last year was pretty cool for Hunter Charlotte?
Yeah, like didn't enjoy Phil 5 a bit, but yeah.
All right, in 2024, what are you going to do? What's your aim for this coming year?
Hopefully win OJC.
Hopefully win OJC. Is that the kind of commitment we want to hear? Well done, what a competent young man. Hey folks, well that's a wrap from all of us here today, and look at this, because of course the restrictions, nice to do it early. We've got one class less than we had as well at Ruapuna last weekend, so we're going to sit back and enjoy it from all of us here in the pits. Just a reminder, of course, that the club rooms, that's the car club rooms, that's how they get their funds here today, folks. So you want a cool drink, you want a cool water, you want to catch up with friends, the pit cafe and bar will be open here today as well. So hey, from all of us in the NZSBK paddock, what an awesome day. Let's see it for our stars of the future. How awesome to have them for Diego and for Hayden. Absolutely superb here today. God bless you. Have an awesome day. See you tomorrow. Cheers.